Hello, and welcome to the first Slump Legends YouTube channel album review. Today we'll be reviewing a classic, very cultured album because we are a very cultured YouTube channel. It has been out for around 40 years. It's called Underwater Moonlight by the Soft Boys. Now this was their second album, released just after that of A Can of Bees. Now this album, Underwater Moonlight, I do have the picture of on my wall. It's a very aesthetically pleasing album cover. I mean, look at that. One I derived lots of inspiration from, in fact. Same thing goes with the music of this album. Now the type of music they make, it's kind of like a jangle pop neo. They were really the first neo-psychedelia band. That's what many people refer to them as. Thus altering the history of psychedelia, and they've been very impactful. The album itself borrows from a lot of influences, the Beatles, the Byrds, and it could have influenced, lots of similar sounding bands. It influenced the Stone Roses, and even R.E.M. Also The Replacements, a band I'm quite fond of. I like they have an album that's quite punkish, but it's quite good. But back to Underwater Moonlight by the Soft Boys. The album itself is quite the eclectic piece, There's lots of kind of warbly songs on it. One that you wouldn't expect from a jangle pop band, even though they were quite more deep than a jangle pop band. Songs like Insanely Jealous of You, which did perform quite well, so very off-kilter. They had a stunning sense of humor, with songs named like Old Pervert. And you could see the title of Positive Vibrations being quite tongue-in-cheek. These guys, even though they love the psychedelia, they could be seen as, they're taking some satirical jabs here. And there's also songs, that are more stereotypical for a band like this. Queen of Eyes being quite the poppiest one. But anyways, let's go through the rest of the songs. It starts off with I Wanna Destroy You, a psych rock piece. Could be seen influencing, the Pixies. I could hear the Pixies influence with a song like The Baser. Maybe even some Tame Impala in her speaker. Kingdom of Love has some great bass tones on it. Kind of like revolves the same riff, which is it's a very interesting riff. I've never quite heard anything like it. But other than that, the track doesn't stand that much out to me. Maybe the ending where it switches up a bit. Positive Vibrations might be my favorite song on here just because it features lots of different elements, eclectic elements. I really like the sitar at the end. And there's I Got the Hots. One of the instances of off-kilter trucks on here. Insanely Jealous of You we talked about. Tonight. Tonight has some beautiful harmonies on it. That's what I will say about that one. You'll Have to Go Sideways has a riff that's kind of similar to And Your Bird Can Sing off Revolver. Just the two kind of guitar things creating one riff. And then Old Pervert. Old Pervert is Robin Hitchcock really showing his sense of humor. It's so, out there. It's so off the wall. Back to Queen of Eyes, which is the first song I heard off of this album. Kind of got me into them. It was poppier, and it's kind of the only song on here that sounds like it, I would say. So, when I listened to the album, I was kind of surprised. It's like, what happened? But, it grew on me. And then you get to the end track, self-titled Underwater Moonlight. Has a really nice kind of hook on it, even though it's just, 2 words. But I like how he says it. And just like that, the album's over. I'll give the album 9 out of 10 for its time, kind of blurred walls between psychedelic pop, psychedelic rock, and it's just like, just psychedelia. That doesn't have to have other labels, it just sounds spaced out. Watching the first Slump Legends album review.